Yeah, we got cut off there.
Yeah.
We ain't developed enough time on this thing on YouTube yet since it's the first show. But after a while, everything keeps going, keeps flowing,
Right.
and they'll give us some more time to talk. We trying to get 45 minutes in, man. We got a lot of information here.
A lot of information.
Hmm.
But yeah, I want to switch lanes and go to that gun game because, like I say, you got more than I have.
Right.
Um, I got two. I like to shoot. I like to smell the gunpowder. But when I pull that trigger, I just want to let loose. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I
Right.
don't want to control. I mean, I want my shots to hit the target and
Right.
all
Right.
that, but I like letting the whole clip ring out.
Right.
The reason why I bring this up, I was among some other brothers, and one guy is gonna do a concealed weapon class. He's training, um, and getting people certified for concealed carry.
Hmm.
He's even in the insurance group to where if you shoot somebody, they give you legal representation if that person has violated everything. So you walk around with an insurance
Oh,
card, so
wow.
you have representation. But him and another guy that I grew up with, they were talking about the guy I grew up with. They wanted, and he's actually a politician. He runs for office from time to time.
Hmm.
But he had a thought of opening up a gun range here on the north side where like old Skate City used to be there
Hmm.
in Sherwood.
Hmm.
And I hope that's not identified too much. But anyway, he said because we need to teach our kids how to shoot. Like when he was in ROTC, he was on the gun team.
Right.
So he learned how to shoot correctly. He said most of the time the killing of the people is because they shooting and they never been taught how to shoot.
Right.
And then a lot of kids when they see a gun, they pick it up and there's an accident because they never been taught how to function around a gun.
Facts.
And when I was like, that wouldn't be bad to start like teams based on who can shoot good and all that stuff.
Hmm.
You feel me?
Hmm.
And then they might start respecting the gun. It's not that the gun is a bad thing. It's the way people choose to utilize them
Absolutely.
that makes them
Absolutely.
bad.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. So it definitely is a great idea to have some responsible people show people how to actually use the guns, especially little children because children are innocent. Children are innocent. They don't know. All they do is see a gun on TV or whatever, and they pick up a gun and point it because they see this on pretty much on the daily. They don't know no better.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely having a person to actually teach you how to use a gun, hold a gun, secure a gun, you know, is that would be a fantastic idea. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So it might have some legs to grow.
It might have some legs.
Speaking of guns, this boxing thing been going on, and
Oh man.
I'm not that good in boxing.
Uh huh.
And I dabble in martial arts
Right.
mostly because for the peace and the balance. And growing up and thinking this thing wasn't really real, but I was attracted to it. And the more I'm learning it is real.
Right.
That's one reason why I'm really invested and interested in going into semen retention.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you talk semen retention, you're talking Buddhist monk.
It make you powerful.
Yeah. So you see what I'm saying?
It does.
And the more I'm probably on day 28.
Mm-hmm.
The more I do it, the stronger I feel.
It literally makes you stronger.
Right. So I'm already saying to myself, I'm gonna be able to incorporate this into my martial arts. You see what I'm saying? But I know as a fact that I had the mentality, I don't mind getting hit as long as I get in the hit. The only problem with that is if you run up against a boxer, somebody that got the basics in boxing, they gonna sit there and pick your head off.
Yeah.
At least it happened to me.
They got to be true to the game.
It happened to me.
They got to
So,
be true to the game for that to happen.
I'm speaking from experience. It happened to me.
Uh-huh.
So now I got my teacher teaching me boxing drills, basic boxing drill with the rope, the dodging, all that.
Right.
And I could see a difference. And in fact, his first training of fighting was a boxing teacher in Delaware.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, why you didn't teach me that first? Because I felt like you should have took me down your path. But maybe he didn't know that. He needed to take me down that path.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm bringing all this up is I didn't get to watch the recent fight with
Braun and Pacquiao.
yeah, I didn't get
Yeah,
to watch that.
that
But
was
I
impressive.
heard somebody say that Broner really won the fight if you are a boxer, you know that he was only hitting arms and different things. He wasn't really throwing shots that should have scored a point. That's what I heard. So, in your opinion, because I know you throw them hands.
Yeah,
So,
and the thing is I am a boxer, and I saw the fight. And whoever told you that Broner won that fight, he ain't no boxer, because Broner lost. He didn't get whooped. You know, some people making it seem like, you know, Pacquiao was just, you know, beating his ass. But it, you know, it wasn't like that. But Broner, he made it a competitive fight. But it ain't no way that anybody can look at that fight and say that Broner won that fight. It's no way. He did not throw enough punches. His defense is pretty slick. His counter punching was incredible. Excuse me, but when it comes to the fact of Pacquiao hit him way more than he hit Pacquiao,
right.
it's not even a question that he lost the fight. It's not even a question, you know. But it was competitive, a lot more competitive than Broner previous fights. But I'm gonna say I think the last guy that he fought was Vargas, and Vargas, Broner put up a good fight in that fight, but it was a draw. I think that was a good score. I think the judges did a great job at scoring that fight with Broner Vargas, but they did just as well scoring the fight with Broner Pacquiao, because there's no way that Broner won that fight. But
Right.
you know, since he did it for the hood, you know, everybody want to say that he even had a chance in winning that fight. But I think starting in like the 8th round, he started, you know, kind of running like he had done won the fight already. I don't know what his corner was telling him. Because you know, we was at a party, so it was real loud. I couldn't hear all the details, but
Hey.
it's no way that Broner won that fight. There's no way.
Yeah, I wish I could have watched it. I'm probably watching. It should be on this weekend free.
Yeah.
But yeah, they said the same guy, he said the reason why Broner lost the fight was because Broner didn't throw enough punches.
Exactly.
Said Broner threw about 65 shots, or either landed 65 shots the whole fight.
Right.
And they said normally that's landing in sometimes in one round.
Right. You know, it ain't normal, but it's definitely possible. You know, for an elite fighter to have that many lands in a round, absolutely.
So we talked about teaching the youth about using guns. In your opinion, teaching the youth boxing, is that helpful or harmful? Is that something good for discipline, or what is it?
Nah, I wouldn't suggest it. I would definitely suggest martial arts. I think that's more of a disciplinarian type of exercise, and I guess you call it recreation, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I wouldn't suggest boxing as trying to teach all of the youth, man, because all of them gonna think they Mike Tyson out here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And to have that type of confidence and the way people run their mouth,
Yeah.
you be done bust somebody in the mouth right off the rip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because if I knew I could hit somebody and knock them out,
It'd
you
be
know, at
too
that
easy
young
to do.
age, I'd do it.
It'd be too easy to do. Yeah. I wouldn't suggest it, but when it comes to martial arts, I definitely think that martial arts is the way to go. I think everybody should have to have some type of martial arts or some type of military training in a you know, certain degree, a small form of military training.
Right.
Whether you got to march a certain way, whether they teach you how, you know, some type of discipline.
Right.
Because you know, in black neighborhoods, a lot of black neighborhoods, you know, the fathers aren't there, which, you know, we'll go into that probably the next episode. But because a lot of times the father's not being in the house isn't necessarily the father's fault.
Right.
Because then we'll have to go back into the whole government conversation. But to finish my point, a lot of fathers aren't there to discipline those children the way that they need to be disciplined. So yeah, I think martial arts is definitely a good way to go to install some discipline into these kids, for sure. Yeah.
Well, you know, I purposely, growing up, we didn't have the money. to pay for martial arts, so I couldn't really take it. And off and on throughout the years, I took it but never completed anything. And my oldest son, I had him in Shotokan for a while, and he did a lot of tournaments. But he even said, "Daddy, this stuff don't work."
Right.
So it was a non-melanated person teaching him. I finally got to the point where I got a melanated guy teaching me. I mean, and he's really the real deal Holyfield when it comes to this martial arts.
Right.
So I've never black belted in any art because I was like, I didn't want to be registered as legally, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm actually thinking about black belting simply because I got a melanated teacher I connect with. And I know the history behind martial arts. If we trace it back, we got La Tigra and Budokai and origins of martial arts coming out of Africa, which I never knew the history of. And I'm thinking now, and I'm trying to my youngest son, I actually wanted him to black belt too. Because even if I don't open up a dojo, which is a place where we, practice martial arts,
right.
I can continue the lineage, because I question what happened to the lineages we had.
Right.
And even if I don't train everybody in the public, I'll at least be able to train my nephew, nieces,
Right.
and be able to push that down lineages down the line.
Right.
And not to mention, during the week you have all type of chaos. You might have family arguments. You might have all this stress on your mind. When I'm in martial arts for those 2 hours, all my problems in the world go away. I don't have time to think about nothing else.
That's what's up.
And I love it. I actually want to be there. I don't want to miss it. I cancel stuff. The only thing that'll make me skip karate is if you say we gonna film and you can be on camera for something. Then I skip.
So you can do a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, that's a good thing, man.
Yeah. I feel like the thing is, we got to go against the brain. We got to challenge everything that we've been taught.
Right.
Just like I was telling the people the other night, because on poetry they always have me talk, and I tell them I had a European brain. When I started learning all this stuff about Kwanzaa and all this cultural stuff, I never knew this stuff.
Right.
So therefore, I didn't have an African brain. So there was a certain part in my life, I was probably in my 40s, to where I said, I got to put African information in my brain. So therefore, I at least have a chance at having an African brain. Because all those years of schooling is nothing but European information. And if your parents don't give it to you, you ain't getting no African information. And my people didn't give it to me. That's
indoctrination. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why we got to go against the brain.
We got to. Mandatory.
Yeah, the brain been programmed. And the brain is fighting your subconscious and your natural intuition.
Absolutely. Telling
you, no, don't do this when it's the very thing you need to do.
It's a lot of things that definitely need to be turned around in everybody's life. I definitely hope that everybody that's listening to this program has gotten some type of insight, whether it made you think, whether it gave you some knowledge, whether it helped your life some type of way, gave you some type of entertainment, so that you don't have to be stressed out for the day, so that you don't have as many worries in your life for the day. But I am sorry to say that we are about to end this show.
Well, hey.
Rod, do you have any words that you want to say before the show ends?
No, this is Rod. And I want to say 6 words. 6 words instead of 3, 6 words.
Just 6.
6 words.
Okay.
I want to say to my people that can hear my voice and you feel my energy and my vibration, I want to say research, 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 consciousness, consciousness, consciousness.
You know what, man? That's 2 words, but it's 6.